What is up, guys? Wraith here, Graybearded Gaming Society. We are in Rudin, whatever, on our little buddy Ezidin, and we are making our way over to the dock. So, based on the feedback and comments that we got in the chat from the last video, we are going to head towards Qeynos, and we are going to see what kind of action we can get into over there. First and foremost, of course, is we have to get through here, get ourselves to the dock, and ride us a boat. Now, we should be in pretty good... Hey, look, a human. Haven't seen a human yet. One thing that should put us in pretty decent shape, of course, is that we... I think this is the right one. Hopefully. Maybe. So. Did I take the right one? I think so. I think we're supposed to... Yeah, we walk around this, pop out the other side. I haven't been back in here since we actually started. It took me longer to figure out how to get out of here than it did anything else, I think, so far, once we started making our way through. But yeah, here we go. This should pop us out to the dock. Yay! Hey, look. It's a dead troll. Okie dokie. So we are going to set sail, and we are going to head over to Qeynos. Now, what we have already done is we have already grabbed our most important level 8 spells. We got our Firebolt, Lesser Shielding, Shock of Ice. We got our 2 direct damage spells. We got Column of Frost, which is it's kind of listed as a basically like our first quad kiting ability spell. Seems a little excessive to even be thinking about it this early, but whatever. We've got one. We have our bandages. We probably could buy a little bit of food, but again, we should be pretty well liked when we get there. So I think we'll be in decent shape. So I think we should be all set to start our merry adventure on the high seas. Now, what I don't know... Well, I'm assuming we wait here for the spiffy boat. And rather than having everybody wait with me, we will speed this portion up so people don't have to sit there and wait on the boat with me. But stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes as we make our way across the sea to visit Qeynos. Land ho! We have officially made it to the city of Qeynos. Right up there. Welcome to Qeynos. Founded in 2052. Alrighty then. So, we've been counting a couple people just to make sure, because, you know, we're cautious like that. I mean, we're not anybody's favorite, but nobody wants to smoke us. So, we will take it. Now, 'cause even at that, people should still, we won't get the best prices or anything like that, but they'll still talk to us, they'll still sell to us. We should be in pretty good shape. So, let's see here. So we've popped through that spot right there. So if we come off of the, going in the right direction, right? Yeah. Boom. Boom. I think we go in a this early direction. It's been a minute. Not too familiar with this place. I think that way cuts back there. We need to go. Nope. Right into a corner. So yeah, that is the way I need to go. Okay. Ah! What was that? We got a buff. least I think it was him anyway. And this way, right? Like so, right? Because that's the clock tower. And I think this one is to North. This should take us to North Qeynos. I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we have popped out right at Le Cobbler. We need to go. Is this way? Let's see. Yep. Right. I think right. Because that's like the front of the city, and this should be the gate, right? Yay! We are at the gate. All right. So the first thing that we're going to try to do before we even really try to pick where we want to adventure over here, because again, we're the newbie zone will be too small for us. We'll have to head out and do something. But the first thing we want to do is make sure that we get ourselves a bind. So before we get into any form of trouble, if we kick the bucket, we will safely pop back over here instead of all the way back on the other side of the pond. So stick around for me for a few seconds your time, probably forever my time. I didn't even do how many people do we have over here? Not many, and none of them are going to be able to bind me. So that might be a problem for right now. There doesn't seem to be anybody around high enough to actually get me with a bind. So this could be amusing. I don't want to get too brave and have to run that again. It's going to put us in a bit of a conundrum, guys. But I tell you what, we're going to stick around out here for a little while. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the spiffy buff that we have probably, but we're going to see what kind of people come through this piece and see if we can get a bind somewhere right here at the door. So we'll be back, hopefully with a bind. All right, gang, we are here. We are officially bound right here at the gate in Qeynos. We have made our way over here to the secret wall. I think some people call it the Clicknick entrance, whatever. Basically, this should be one of the secret entrances, English. This should be one of the secret entrances to the Qeynos catacombs. So we kind of have some options here. So we got a couple things from the chat. We have, it was mentioned that we should check out some catacombs, possibly some Black Burrow, and then work our way into some bandit stashes out into the Qeynos. And also, a direct quote, recommend paying that knoll toll in Black Burrow. So I'm thinking, like I said, we either can start messing around in here, close by, or we can head out to the Qeynos Hills area and see, what kind of action we get out there with the knolls. But we are right here, and we have not been down this thing forever. So let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. All right, there we go. Let's not drown. Swimming is not our thing. Look around, so we got a rat. He's a blue rat. A clockwork rat, apparently. Trying to catch the lay of the land here a little bit. The beggar is blue and indifferent. Fire beetle running around. The squealing of rats and mices. So I have not been down here in so very long. A giant sewer rat. Okay, that made me really nervous for a second. I thought we were about to get clobbered by a skeleton. It's been Moltor. I think he is the one that he is actually the reason I was down here, 18 years ago. because he is for the Paw of Apollo quest. If you hook him up, you can get the paw container. All right. So the one thing we will have to keep tabs on is if we have to bail out of here with a quickness, we could be in trouble because of course we'll have to jump in here, go down, and then basically unflush ourselves. And with anything else, we'll jump in. Hey, look at that, swimming 2. We're awesome, moving right along. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see how. Well, we'll start with this guy. He's here. He looks available. We're going to set him on fire. All right. There we go. Got him down. Got some pieces there. Decent chunk. Let's still plenty of mana. We're gonna follow him through the wall. Nope. I don't know what that thing is for. I mean, he's only green. Still might have to Google him. One thing I do remember is how ridiculously easy it is to get lost down here. I have definitely never paid my dues in the catacombs of Qeynos. But I can hear stuff walking around all over the place. It's a combination of greens and blues, at least right here, but I'm also very well aware of the fact that if you get in the wrong spot in here, well, that actually is on the wall. Beware of the Plague Bringer. If you actually get in the wrong spot down here, there's the whole Necro Shadow Knight guild people, and they will pretty much obliterate me. Sure will. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's boink. We'll do that. Let's see what happens here. He's blue to us. Kablow! Come on. So let's see. That got better. Tree folk got worse. Protect animals got worse. Unkept druids got worse. So apparently, a lot of people don't like you to kill beggars. So then the big question here is just going to be, how brave do we feel like getting? Like I said, I did bring up a map. I got to sit there on the other screen, just kind of looking. And this place is gigantic. I have absolutely forgotten how big this place actually was. Thankfully, we seem to be quite the far away from, where any of the plague bringers should be. Let's see. There's a couple areas with some smugglers and some thugs and things like that. I don't remember what level they are. Let's see what the wiki has to say about a thug description needed. Outstanding. A thug leader is level 7. Smugglers. So let's look for, is it a smuggler? No, let's scroll down. I don't even see just straight smuggler on this thing anywhere. So it's hard to say what level some of the stuff is. Now we will have to be careful. It does list, obviously there's skeletons down here, the mercenary sewer rats, ringleaders. So yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff down here. A gelatinous cube. Want to go old school? Apparently only drops ale. All right, so like I said, we might be able to explore down here a little bit. I feel like I've been kind of rambling on basically while checking the wiki. I'm not sure this area will be as productive for us as just going to kapow! So we're going to set it right on fire. We're going to run it back over here because it's the only spot that I know right now. So I'm not sure if we're going to get quite as much action in here or if we do better checking out Qeynos Hills. I mean, I know in Qeynos Hills there's all kind of stuff that roam and move, and of course we can start working on the Knolls. And of course with the Knolls we can start working on some factions, so maybe these people around here like us even more. Maybe we get some better pricing. That's of course another thing we have to do is run ourselves over to make sure we run ourselves over to the Wizard Guild. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't like us, but just make sure that we can you know get all our training and our action. Again, we did bring our level 8 spells just in case. So, like I said, looking in this area, I mean, there are some potential here, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely going to require taking our very sweet time to make sure that we find the good spots and then we don't get ourselves smoked. And it's, you know, how brave are we feeling at what point? Like I said, I think for now we're going to mess around kind of in this little starting area here, see what we can find, see how much we can sneak out and around without getting into too much trouble. I imagine in this area we'll probably be safe-ish, only because the biggest guys I see running here don't seem to want to mess with us. So as long as we don't screw around and launch off one of our AoE spells, I think we should be okay. So stick around. We're going to see what kind of action we get into. I'm trying again. I ramble and ramble, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I have not been in here in so very long. I'm trying to run around, sneak around, see what kind of experience we're getting, which so far, it's not horrible. And then at the same time, trying to make sure that we don't immediately get killed because I don't get around in here a whole lot. So wait on me for just a few more minutes, guys. I'm going to see how brave we're about to get. Hopefully brave doesn't transit into stupid, but let's find out. So just a super quick update. We got lost. We fell in a hole. We found a Shadow Knight guy who's killing thugs. But the thugs are also yellow to us, which means we probably could not handle them anyway. The Shadow Knight who is taking them out is red to us, and he is taking quite the beating against these things. So I don't think this is going to be a good spot for us. At least for right now. So I think the safest bet again, and I'm lost. So let's do this, and foink, and load. Please wait the safe way rather than getting murdered. I think. Again, I'm not entirely sure exactly what I did there, aside from getting lost, which I obviously did. So yeah, well, safely back where I'm just dubious and apprehensive. I'll take it. At least there's light sources here. So yeah, that so I'm kind of looking at the map, and apparently I got myself turned around. I'm not exactly sure how I ended up. I think I was close to the area I was trying to be in, but how I got in the middle of like a thug spawn is beyond me. Because like if I'm looking at this map right, then like I popped out here, maybe. I don't know. Either way, we we managed to get ourselves lost. So I think that's a pretty good spot for this evening's adventures. At least we did manage to travel the high seas. We've made it to Qeynos. We did get a bind. It didn't take too long. I will full disclosure, it took me longer to get the boat than it should have. I sat there on the dock, waiting and waiting and waiting. Saw the little guy talk. I was like, all right, should have a boat any minute. Should have a boat. Never happened. Went to the wiki, and yeah, the boat doesn't come there. You got to jump on the little shuttle thing off to the side, and the shuttle rides you out to the boat. Once we got that figured out, things moved a lot quicker. But I will say we missed the first boat that came through, so we sat there for close to half an hour just waiting on our ride. But we have arrived in another continent. On the other side, we are off the tiny rock. Next time, we will definitely, and maybe I'll mess around a little more in the catacombs and see if I can figure out what in the world I just did. But what I will say is, while that area has potential for the little thugs, I mean, because there's always, popping loot pinatas. If they're humans going to drop loot, that could be outstanding. But the fact that they were bright yellow as soon as we got there, and it looked like there were multiples in that one room, that could be a serious problem for us. We're not going to handle multiples right now, and I don't really think we can go toe-to-toe with a yellow. However, next time, I think we are going to head over to Qeynos Hills and see how we do over there. I think it should work much better for us, give us some room to explore and see what kind of trouble we get into, as well as we'll start trying to blow up some gnolls and see if we can get a little bit better faction around it. Oh, look at that, and we get buffs. We will take them. Wasn't even paying attention. Apparently we have clarity, or is that breeze? What do we got? We got breeze. So yeah, we are that much smarter. We will take it. We will take it. But next time, guys, we're gonna go travel into the Qeynos Hills region and see. I'm pretty sure she's the one that cast it. So we will say thank you for the buffs. And we might actually get some more buffs right now. This will be cool. So alright, we are buffed up. We will take it. So we will save those for next time, and we will take off from here and head out into Qeynos Hills and see how we do. So not as quite as much adventure this time. Well, I mean, probably not as much for you guys. What you don't realize is the whole time I was running around in the catacombs, I was pretty much on full pucker. I really was. Every time I went around a corner, and then at one point I got down there and I could hear like the specters somewhere. So I don't know whether I was just like underneath them somehow, but I could hear one of them. So yeah, full pucker the whole time. I was like, I'm great. I'm gonna lose my corpse down here forever and ever and ever with all my cash. But again, we managed to make it out alive. So next time, guys, we'll head into Qeynos Hills, see what kind of trouble that we can get into. But until then, guys, as always, if you do like what we're doing, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from everybody, and obviously, we'll take the advice. We'll go adventuring. We'll find some new places, even if we suck at some of them on occasion. But that still works out too. An adventure is still an adventure. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay on EverQuest. We'll catch you guys next time. Night, guys.